What is up, guys? This is Alpine Gremlin again, and welcome back to World of Tanks random clip number 3. Today we are taking a look at this IS-8 of mine, a Tier 9 Soviet heavy tank, and I'm joined by my platoon mate to Newbz 117 in his premium Tier 8 American medium tank, a Super Pershing. This battle, it was incredibly close. You can see I've started the clip towards the closing end of this battle. There are three enemy tanks per side. On ours we have myself, Newbz, and an M46 Patton. And on the enemy teams we have an E75, a Punter, and a GW Punter, which is a SPG. Unfortunately, we do not have any artillery support because at the beginning of this game, a couple scouts broke through our lines and completely destroyed the arty before Newbz and I were the only ones that actually responded to the threat and managed to finish them off. So this Panther is basically all that's left of this force that's in the northern sector here. We did take out a lot of enemy tanks in this area, and this guy's the last one of them. So Newbz hits a side, I hit the side of his turret and knock him out. You can see the Patton up in the northern sector there. He's spotting the artillery. He's going to go for that kill. Unfortunately, the E75 is really, really close, and you'll see in a second that does not work out well for the Patton. But Newbz and I have to make up for that deficiency, and we have to use superior tactics in order to overcome this stalemate, basically. I'm going up there because I'm going to try. The IS-8 is relatively fast, especially for a heavy tank. I'm going to try and get over there and fire on the E75 to protect the Patton, but I'm not even close, and there's nothing I can do to stop that E75. So the Patton goes down, and he's unfortunately not able to destroy the GW Punter. So now it is just 2-on-2, Newbz and I versus an E75 and an artillery piece. The artillery piece is really what's concerning me the most, because he can basically splash me. I took a lot of damage, probably a lot more than I should have while we were fighting up in the north there. I got tracked out in the open and took a lot of enemy fire. Newbz has a decent chunk of health left. The E75 has about 1194 health left, and so he's still got a large chunk. And one shot from him can take me out, which, fortunately, as you will see, bounces. Right there. And so I take a shot, but I miss. And this is when I realize what a disadvantage I'm at. The E75's gun has a lot better gun depression, and that shot going over the rear of my tank is my cue to get out of there, because my gun depression is very bad, and I can't hit any weak point of his reliably from that position. So I figure my elevation is a lot better than my depression. So if I come down here and make him come to me, I'll at least have a chance to get a couple shots, 1 or 2 shots into him. And Newbz, you can see, is following me behind there. Now, this is when I need to go up there and assess the situation, because I have no idea where that GW Panther is. I know generally where the E75 is. And Newbz is again moving up on my right flank here. And I just need to go over this hill, the crest of this hill, to take a quick peek. I see the E75, I go out to take a shot, but then I realize the GW Panther is looking right at me. And this is actually a very good, for two guys that aren't even in a platoon, this is very good coordination on their part. The GW Panther is basically the trap. The E75 is purposely putting himself in basically a vulnerable spot so that the GW Punter can take me out. With this crappy gun depression, I basically have to expose my whole hull, which is more than enough area for the GW Punter to shoot at. And considering both of them, I'm at 345 HP, which is an easy one-shot for either of them. The E75, I think he's coming down and he's going to try and ram me and kill me, but Newbz is on his flank there, and he does not want to take the risk of having his flank be exposed. So he backs off and starts shooting at Newbz. Now I notice the GW is now looking at his general direction. So I figure this is my chance to get a quick cheap shot on him. The E-75's turret is very weak on the side, and that's exactly what he's showing me. So that took him down to 770 HP. He's a little under about 45% at this point. Let me see. Yeah, it's about 41%. Now I'm telling Newbz to creep up on that barn right there, so you can basically cover. We can crossfire enemies here, because again, they're trying to bait. My gun is the biggest threat to both of these guys, so they want to try and bait me out. Now this is where I see my chance. You can see that E-75 is coming around the barn, and I go out there to try and stop him, but this is when I recognize that this is actually advantageous for us. I'm going to let him go over there on the barn. I want him to, because that will give Newbz an opening to shoot at the artillery. If we can make it so that the E-75 can't cover Newbz, then Newbz can get out there and take out that arty, which is watching me. Alright, so here we go. E-75 starts coming around the side of the barn. I tell him, go, take the shot. He takes the shot, takes out the artillery support. Now is my chance to take a shot, but I unfortunately, Russian accuracy, hit the ground in front of me. The E-75 is actually throwing HE at Newbz, but now I climb out and take a shot at his lower glacis, which goes through. And now Newbz goes over onto his flank, because now he's looking at me. And as soon as he starts turning his turret, then I go out for my shot. And he tries to angle himself at me, but I penetrate right through his lower glacis. I finish him off, and that is the victory. Very close game, only about 40 seconds remaining. And that is game. We managed to turn a certain draw into a victory. And so that just goes to show you how proper coordination and teamwork will always win the day. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this random clip. I'll see you guys next video.